So the first time I met this young gentleman, flowing locks of hair 4 years ago, I had no idea that he was this crazy celebrity with all the young girls, right? Because he was bowling to me and I was batting. And I was wondering, who's this bowler who's bowling so quick at such a young age? Hello, welcome to B4U Star Stop. You're with me, Salil. This boy is a bowler. Yeah. Apart from all the Khatro ke Khiladis and all the rest that he's done in his life. Shantanu, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Salil.
How many people know that you're a great bowler?
The ones who have played BCA, like.
Yeah. Apart from that, but you were really good. Could you have ever thought of it? Because actually, you know, in television, all the social rejects from the cricketing fraternity come and join us. I'm going to come to those two very interesting individuals on the left, but I'm just letting you all know. Elli Avram, the world knows. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You know, she's one of the fittest ladies I know. When you see Mickey Virus, you see her six-pack and you go, damn, that's a problem. And that boy has the best jawline that I've seen in a long time, apart from making a few very popular numbers like Tarifa. Doesn't matter. How's it going, buddy? Qaran, all right, so before we come, the two of you, do they know that you're such a good cricketer that could you have made it bigger?
No, I couldn't have made it bigger. I was just like trying to compete with my brother because he was very good and he wanted to do something in cricket. But then, I just wanted to be like him in terms of when I'm playing cricket.
So, you know, there's the youth is such a large part of the last 5 years of social consciousness, okay? So, Elli, it happened with you as well also. You go on this popular show, of course, everybody knew what was, and they knew that, you know, you see everyone is, it's almost like 2013 pre-India and 2013 post-India. Because now everybody else is so visible. You have Instagram and social media and everyone's in contact with you. It's a different world out there. Could you imagine the explosion that will happen in India in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years? You know, as far as people are concerned and as awareness of every artist is concerned? Could you imagine it like when you came to India?
No, and no, not at all, and not even back home in Sweden, right? Because Instagram wasn't existing.
No, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it actually started like after my time. That was the time I think it had started. Like,
how do you react to social media? Because a lot of people are able to sustain stardom through social media, create stardom through social media, and sort of vanish because of social media as well. Because of trolling,
Yeah. So what is your question?
How do you react to it? I mean, is it difficult for you to handle? Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of love Instagram, you know. I'm someone who always loved putting, you know, out like Insta stories and I haven't...
Have you ever got trolled badly?
No.
Never?
No, I haven't. No.
It just happens to us then,
Touch
not
wood.
to them.
Touch wood, I haven't. Or, you know, whenever if there's been a few times where I have read like a bad comment, I have just replied back, you know, in a positive way, and it has actually ended up becoming like that person have later on like apologized. So I've never taken it, you know, to my heart or felt like, you know, that I want to say something negative back. I always just reply, you know.
You've not been in India long enough. I think we all become cynical. You're living in India. If the guy is crossing you, he's got to mean something. He can't just be innocently crossing you. Qaran, what about you? How long have you understood the ways of Bollywood? You know, you're like this, from what I read, you were this prodigious music producer when you were young.
Yeah.
Yeah. And was that because of musical knowledge or just because of technology and because you were really good with it, or what was it?
No, so I started, my first interaction with music was when I was about 6 years old. I was in Jakarta and I took guitar classes, classical guitar, and I I was horrible.
Listen, classical guitar is tough, but I mean, Swedish guitar is all right, but
yeah, I mean, I'm bad at all the guitars.
Oh.
So like, I used to play it, and my tutor, if I messed up a chord, he had like 2 really long fingers, and he would just smack me. So I had negative associations with it. I always listened to music. When I was about 15, 16, I had a really good friend from the Caribbean, from Trinidad and Tobago, who introduced me to dancehall music. And then that got me into DJing got me into doing remixes got me into producing got me into songwriting, and eventually becoming an artist. So that was kind of the journey through it. But as far as Bollywood is concerned, I came here to be a sound engineer. Like, this is 2012, 13.
That's not very ambitious, is it?
No, it is. It really isn't. But I was like, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So I was assisting at a studio, and then I bumped into Shankar Loy at Purple Haze Studios. It was just a freak stroke of luck.
If you want to bump into them, you can do it today as well. Because they live at Purple Haze, which is right next to that big church in Bandra, right? So there you want to go, you can see them up there.
That's how it happened. So I just bumped into them there, played them a couple tracks, and I was in the studio at Yash Raj with them like a couple of weeks later.
Yeah.
Since then I work with Shankar Loy, then Preetham, and that's kind of what properly made me understand the way Bollywood works. Because otherwise, I didn't listen to a lot of Bollywood, so it was more me understanding the way it works, the way that people here consume music, what they look for, how they dance, how they move to it, how they emotionally connect to it. And yeah, that's kind of how
Do they look for something different? I mean, sometimes I believe that we don't really care. You change half a chord here and there, and they just say, "Oh, okay, it's all right."
No,
you add 2 beats in there, and it's a new song.
I'll tell you the best piece of advice I ever got. I was producing for Shankar Loy for this movie called Two States.
It wasn't kind of showing that you were thinking, right?
So I was producing for this movie called Two States, and there's a song called Hulare from that movie. So it was like a Punjabi wedding song, and the only Punjabi wedding I've been to is my sister's, right? And that was just last year. This was like 4 years ago. So I was doing this whole dubstep thing, trying to be really cool, and Loy is just hanging out outside the room, and like he knocks on the door, he comes in, and he's like, "Yo, what's that?" I'm like, "It's cool." Right? I'm like, "It's cool, right?" He's like, "Nah, it's not." He just straight up said, he was like, "It's wrong." I'm like, "Why? Why is it wrong?" He's like, "Because no Punjabi is going to dance to that." I was like, "Well, how do Punjabis dance?" Mind you, I'm Punjabi, but I didn't know. So I'm like, "How do Punjabis dance?" And he just showed me this thing which always stuck with me, right? It's like, he's like, "All right, Punjabis dance like this." They go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I was like, is that it? He was like, "Yeah, whatever you're making, if you can move 1, 2, 3, 4 to that, then you're doing it right." And that's how I understood the way the Punjabis move. And yeah.
Wow. So he's ambitious, he comes to be a sound engineer, then he's trying to put dubstep in and they say, "Listen, just make it really simple." And he's wondering, why have I come to India to try and be like a sound guy? And then he ends up making Tarifa. We'll talk about that. Elli, there was a time when there's this sex symbol that they found, Elli Avram, that the name, is so exotic, so they love that. Then you come into Mickey Virus and you have, for competition, Manish Paul, which is easy to sort of beat, especially if you're on camera. The best host in the world. Then you can beat Manish on that.
Oh,
You can.
poor thing.
He's a really good friend of mine. He's a very good friend of mine. Let me just explain again. But,
Oh my God.
but listen, did you think that Bollywood was all what you thought it would be? Because from what I read, you've been watching it and wanting to be in it since you were like 5.
Yeah, so honestly speaking, the crazy love for Bollywood that I've had since my childhood is the Bollywood which is more like a Devdas, like a Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, like those kind of movies. That's actually mainly what we from abroad fall in love with when we see the Indian cinema, when we watch Bollywood movies. So my biggest craze is actually more like now, for example, we have Qaran coming out. It's that kind of a cinema when I say like, oh, like Bollywood
So
cinema.
on a serious note, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, I love, it's like say a Lunchbox. It's so de-glam Indian cinema, which did so well abroad, did well in India.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say that's not what the people thought Indian cinema would be like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I love, we have great movies in Bollywood now, the last, years, which has come out in the sense which has...
Realistic.
Yeah, realistic. That's what I mean to say. And which is obviously something for someone abroad, when you would say a Bollywood movie, they would never expect that.
Yeah.
That for them would be a movie, as in the Bollywood wouldn't, connect. So when you say Bollywood movie, you imagine that, the colors and that beautiful dance and the expressions when you are dancing, the adas and, all of that. Yeah, and that romance where you don't even get to see a kiss but you're yet so like, oh my gosh, they're so like beautiful.
Yeah, now it's just digital, so just quickly get on with it. Because everything that you see digital now is get on with it. It's like we forgot 25 years that there used to be kisses behind the scenes. Now it's all in front.
Yeah, but you know what I think it's so much more powerful with Bollywood now is that we have both.
Yeah.
You know, now we do have that Bollywood, what you know is the typical Bollywood, and we also do have great movies which are like realistic. So we have directors who actually are getting to you know, direct their...
I think the audiences have also wisened up. They know what they want.
Yeah.
So if the film works and it makes money, then the others get encouraged to make that kind of cinema.
Yeah.
But you know,
But I feel that, you know, the both should be there. Because I love both, you know. But I'm just saying, like, what is that when you fall in love with Bollywood as an outsider, you know?
Yeah.
Then
I think it's just the Bollywood people inside that have got tired of the quintessential Bollywood
which I
cliche.
absolutely understand, you know, but I haven't lived with it in India, right? So I have like lived in Sweden watching it. It was like whenever that, you know, kind of like, you know, larger than life movie will come.
Did it embarrass you?
Oh.
Would you be able to dance like that in front of 75 people just looking and saying, what is this guy doing in the middle of Times Square? Why is he dancing?
No, I love it. I'm a complete like romantic girl, so I love those kind of things. Yeah, I love it.
Are you an exhibitionist also because you're such a brilliant dancer?
No, I'm not at all. Not at all. I'm like a very shy and introvert kind of person. I can't do something like that. Like.
So this shy introvert person wins dance shows, wins Khatron Ke Khiladi, is a bowler.
He's so
and
not
shy and
He's
introverted.
so not introvert.
But
Yeah,
I can't do something like that unless and until it's for the shot. So yeah, not in real life.
But otherwise, you know, so much has changed also, and I see. So you were part of the dance revolution. Each of you all have actually been part of different revolutions. So I think he sort of changed the way. Last year with Veere the Wedding was such a huge film, and when Tarife came out, it really changed a lot of things. But you were part of the dance revolution, where this young, fantastic with the channel setting across like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
And I remember voicing a promo for something you'd done. I didn't know whether you were an actor or you were an actual dancer, which I realized later that you were both. And I said, how can they be getting everything right? Like, because I didn't think that we had that ability to be able to explode look-wise as well as
dance-wise. Yeah. But I mean, the team was very good. I'll be very honest. But yes, we did a lot of hard work and we did kind of like pushed dance because that was what my team wanted, because they wanted to like promote dancing, because we have so much potential in India. We have so many cultures, we have so many different styles, forms of dancing. Like Maharashtra has a different style, like Gujarat has a different style. Like,
and then there's a TikTok style.
Then there's a TikTok style as well.
Which is amazing,
Which is
obviously I plugged in TikTok here because the track that they're going to be talking about is going to have TikTok as well.
Yeah, and we have like a special TikTok stickers as well. So yeah, like
we'll actually take a little break and come right back. We'll talk about that. 3 supremely talented people and from such different varied backgrounds. That's the beauty of being able to sort of this melting pot called Bollywood. You know, I always think that, you know, we underestimate the power that it has. I mean, you go from, I don't know, he's been all over the world, so is she. He's from here, so it's okay. So the 3 of them. We'll come right back, don't worry about it. All right, you're back on Star Stop. Qaran, Elli Avram, and Shantanu, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We discussed a while back how it's so varied, everything that's there with them from their past and their backgrounds. But Haaye Oye is a track that if you haven't actually checked out, it starts off really slow, and then I'm looking at these 2 powerhouse dancers. You know, they're really great performers. I thought you want to explore a little bit more. It looks perfectly in sync, but it's not like the dance track. It's like a lovely soft ballad, which is what you like. But still, you're doing pop, lock, and jazz in that. So, difficult to dance to this or easy?
No, so I was a figure skater back in the days, and it was compulsory to dance ballet and jazz. So that's why...
That's why I love Sweden, man. Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's why...
We used to compulsorily attend school and eat food. So they're figure skaters, compulsory figure skaters and gymnasts.
Yeah, we're a lot like into sports. So that's why I was so happy actually that after so many years, I got to showcase this dance form. I got to dance it again because I haven't danced ballet, neither jazz for so many years. You know, it's just been like Bollywood, right? So that was, you know, a little bit of a task, like what we were discussing, because I have danced it, but then what happened was that when I was starting to learn Bollywood dance, I had to
you unlearn some
forget,
stuff.
unlearn some stuff. And now I had to unlearn like the Bollywood stuff to be able to get the what do you
So
say,
what is
the
tougher for
moves
you?
clean. Huh?
I mean, what's tougher for you? You've been watching Bollywood since you were young,
Yeah.
but you've been trained in jazz since you were young. So what's tougher? The tumkas and all that, is it tough for you at all? No,
No, not at all.
not at all.
Not at all. No.
Karan, what about you? I don't see you move at all in the video. You've got your AirPods on.
That's because the tumkas work better for me personally.
So I'm thinking when I start watching the video, I'm going, he's going to do something.
Yeah.
And then he just presses the button and he's like giving the cool dude look.
Yeah, man.
But are you a dancer yourself? Looking at these two?
Nah.
No?
I think the director Vishal knew what our strengths are. And my strengths was to walk pensively with AirPods in my ears. And I think I really delivered.
Yeah. No, I'm sure about that.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you want to look cool, I always say two things, AirPods and Ray-Bans.
Yeah.
You put Ray-Bans, anyone looks cool.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Yeah. So if you've got a bad makeup day, bad hair day, just put on Ray-Bans and say, Tusul look, and that's the way it works. Easy for you to figure this? I mean, I've seen you do so many different dance forms. Easy or?
Yeah, this was difficult, a little bit difficult because this was like proper jazz because Ashley Loboser and Danceworks were doing it
Yes.
together, and like, you know, you had to like point your toes in a right manner, but they were like considerate in terms of seeing the way I was
he rejected
performing.
me. I've known Ashley since I was a kid. He said, if you can't pirouette, you can't sit in my class. And after 1 week, I couldn't pirouette. He said, get out.
Really?
Yeah, I've known Ashley and his wife for 30 years. And they say, you're a really nice guy. You just can't dance. So just get out. And he's very specific about you being able to do the pirouette. And if you can't do the pirouette, then you have to start with that. And that's the entry level in.
Yeah, and I had no idea about these things.
Oh, you didn't know about this?
about these
But
things.
he's lovely. Like, I feel so
Sweeter
blessed
now, yes.
that, you know, you know, me and Shantanu, we got this one workshop with Ashley sir, and where he was.
Is he very good?
He was. Oh yeah, he is very good. Yeah, he is very good. But yeah, we got to do these amazing exercises, which literally helped us a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the track, like she said, it's got, while we're discussing off camera, it's got worldwide tunes to it, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with this? I mean, what's the whole thought and everything?
Yeah, so like the song essentially in a nutshell was made in Amsterdam, like just with some friends, you know, we're just chilling.
I love the way he talks, man. We're just chilling in Amsterdam and so we just did a
Yeah,
track.
we all know.
We're all just,
Amsterdam.
it's a great place.
I'm sitting
to
in Marol Naka, chilling.
Hey, Amsterdam and Dheri, both.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Both have signs would say that you love them now.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, the song basically was conceived in Amsterdam. Musically, I think it's really interesting because if you strip it down, the melody is a country song. You know, it's essentially a country song. It's got R&B influences to it. You know, it's got little touch of, I guess, some European kind of EDM, but it's very chilled out and it's not trying to do too much.
I was going to say, how do you not do too much to a track when you know that you're bringing in so many flavors and yet you have to Indianize it?
I mean, to begin with, Amsterdam has a really chill vibe. So you don't want something.
No, is it?
So you don't want something that's gonna.
From what I hear, it's rather hectic, man. Let's all go to Amsterdam. It's different.
Yeah. So yeah.
Really?
It's like a first class Thailand. That's what they say sometimes. They say we're going overseas, so it's okay to talk about this. Yeah.
Yeah. So so basically, it was just about kind of keeping it earthy. So it's a song that's Punjabi and it's keeping it organic.
Yeah.
That's a good choice of words. Yeah. So it's keeping it earthy, organic, something which has a very real emotion, and that's something with all my music, even with Tarifa, It came from a very real place, and it's something I think when people hear it, I think the public knows when something comes from a real place versus when it's manufactured. And I think that's one of the reasons when somebody hears the song, it's really hard to hate it, because, it's like you hear it and you're like, I think whoever made that song really felt that. So
No, I went like, I felt who made this song really knows the music, because I don't know how he did all that. Sometimes songs sound complicated, but they're nice on the ears.
Yeah.
Tarifa was one of those ones. I was like, I don't know how he made this, man, but whatever, it's sounding nice. So I think that's good. Music shouldn't be, it should sound simple, not simple to create every time. I think that's the important part. Can you sing?
not right now.
Okay, now you?
No,
She can, though.
She can. I'm a very bad singer.
You're an Enthu Cutlet. You've been watching Bollywood for God knows how many years. It's about time that we allowed you to sing and do a good job because they're going to go to a lot of places. And then maybe we'll have you singing.
We
Everyone's
will
singing.
provide, yes, we will, on cue, man,
On
good
cue.
job.
Oh my
What are you
God.
going
We
to
will
provide?
provide accompanying snaps.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
just have you coordinated that?
No, we just came up with it right now.
Yeah. We keep it chilled and organic in Marul Naka.
So is that the camera I've taken?
Yeah, yeah, they're all on.
Okay. दिल तेरे आगे पीछे नेड़े गेड़े मारदा फेरा कमला है क्यों तेरी अक्खां उत्ते हारदा एया नी कुड़िए हाय ओए समझ नहीं आउंदी ऐ सोनिए हाय ओए समझ नहीं आउंदी ऐ
That was brilliant. I just can't make them dance, which is the biggest afsos of today. But yeah, you can check out the video. It's doing obviously really well. They have ample opportunity to display their very vast and abundant talent. And buddy, thanks so much for joining us. Next time you make a track, do let us know, man. Maybe we will come and like to see where you're making it.
100%.
But which part of the world is it going to be?
I mean, it depends.
Yeah.
Tarifa was made on a flight. Can you fly?
Wait in Marul Naka.
It was from Mumbai to Delhi,
Mumbai
you
to
said,
Delhi.
right?
So it was domestic.
In 2 hours.
In 2 hours.
Wow. Bye. I'll see you all soon.